I'm recording live from FinCon 25 in Portland, Oregon at the Oregon Convention Center. And with me is a really special guest, someone who I met several FinCons ago, recorded a podcast episode a while ago, but will be releasing. But she's also here to talk about her new book. Kate Horrell of King's High Media.
Yes.
King's High Media, sorry about that. So you are the foremost expert, the person I know who knows all about military benefits inside and out, and also especially using military benefits to help pay for college, which is definitely an area of expertise that I do not have. But tell us about the book that you just published.
Yeah, so here's the book, College Finances for Military Families. We're getting a nice glare from the windows. There we go. It is available on Amazon or through my website. It really goes through the ways, you work with clients to help build a financial plan to pay for college. This book talks about people who have access to military and veteran benefits, how they integrate those as part of that financial plan. Because some of the benefits that might be available to military families, there's some strategies that go with it. And, a family may be able to save $100,000 on college just by using those benefits maybe in a different order or for a different student.
Yep.
It's powerful stuff.
Okay. So, I know obviously that's your expertise, but what led you to write the book to begin with?
Yeah, so I have been doing personal finance for military families for about 17, almost 20 years. And we have 4 children who went to college, and we had access to some military and veteran benefits. And so I needed to figure out, hey, how are we going to use these as part of our college funding plans? And I started teaching this to other people, going to small groups, writing some articles on my website. And at the end of my presentations, people would say, well, where's the book? Because it's a lot of information to digest in a 45-minute presentation. So people wanted a tangible resource that they could refer back to. Mm-hmm. And in particular, when you are considering some of the benefits that might be available to military and veteran families, you are probably reevaluating your college funding plan, maybe every semester, definitely every year, based upon the resources that are available to you at that point in time, whether or not someone has financial aid, things like that. So being able to put it in a book form makes it a lot easier to go back and access the information when you actually need it.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how long did it take you to from start to finish?
That's a trick question, because most of the book is content that is available on my blog. So once I really sat down and took the content off of the blog and started compiling it, it was pretty short. It was, maybe 6 months. I hired an editor to be a babysitter. Mm-hmm. So when I had to deliver something to someone else, I became highly motivated.
Right. So you largely had the book pre-written, right? But just by virtue of having it published on your blog instead. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So obviously, using military benefits for families, what are some of the key points that readers can expect in the book?
Sure. So the underlying premise of the book is not to have a predisposed idea of how the best way to allocate your resources is within a family. If you have any familiarity with military benefits for education, some of those are, say, for example, the GI Bill comes in like a 36-month package. And I often talk to clients who say to me, hey, we have 2 kids, so each kid's going to get 18 months of the GI Bill. And I say, well, that might be one way to do it, but what if we could save you 6 figures by doing it a different way? And so the underlying premise of the book is to really look at all of your assets and your family educational goals together, not by student, because some assets can be reallocated. And this is true for civilian families as well, right?
Yep.
Like a 529 can be moved between kids, but a scholarship typically can't.
Right. Okay. Anything, did you, in terms of producing the book, did you run into any topics or issues that perhaps weren't addressed in the blog, but are in the book?
Oh, how about if I give you a little bit different answer?
Okay.
The book references a particular benefit called Dependents Educational Assistance, or DEA, but it just talks about it very briefly, and I thought that there weren't a lot of people eligible for it. And it sounds like maybe I need another book, because one of the big pieces of feedback I've gotten is we need a whole book on this other benefit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Super interesting.
Okay. But but like you said though, you can save over $100,000 if you know. First, you have to know about these benefits, right? But also have the strategy to utilize them in the best way possible for your family.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a huge. I've been recording other sessions and a lot of other content around like student loans. Obviously, student loans have been a major issue, especially in light of the big beautiful bill that passed. So if you can save families $100,000+, I mean, wow, right?
And
Just wow.
when you think about the impact that can have to a family over the course of their lifetime, it's really humbling to think that if I can avoid a family taking out $100,000 in debt, or if I can allow a family to maybe put $100,000 into their retirement accounts instead of using it to pay for college, that can genuinely be life changing.
Right, right, absolutely. Okay, so remind everybody again. Okay, so the title of the book, College Finances for Military Families, and it's available on Amazon.
Yep.
But it's also available on your website. Just give us the website URL.
Sure, it is Kate Horrell, just like my name, .com.
Awesome. Kate, always great to see you.
Always
I'm so
great
glad
to
to
see
see you.
you.
I'm glad that we had a chance to do this. And also, Kate's episode of the podcast, as of this recording, will be publishing shortly. So she talks a little bit more in depth about using military benefits for families to help pay for college. So make sure you check that out. All right. But as always, please make sure you're connecting with me on social media. And make sure that you subscribe to my podcast, available on all major platforms. So again, Kate, thank you so much.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
I appreciate it.